Hello and welcome to Apex to Oval. I'm your host, Alex. That's Jack. And today we had some good racing this weekend. I'm not gonna lie, we had some pretty good racing. Championship was won. Somebody should be banned. Let's talk about it. Let's start with our F1 newsworthy events that took place. Bottas is the favorite for a Cadillac seat. Now, this should be a given. Yeah, it should be a given.
It's the only news over the summer break right now.
Yeah, literally.
Like
what you want Lewis's Almave? You want to talk about Lewis's Almave? That made everyone think he was gonna retire.
Yeah, you saw all the people on TikTok crying about that.
Bro, I was dying laughing.
But no, I mean he's the favorite for the seat, and it makes perfect sense why. The only new news on that front, besides Valtteri emerging as like the single favorite, is that Dunn has been added to the mix, and Drugovich is kind of moving up to being a preferred choice among like the younger driver options.
Yeah, I would love to see a Bottas Perez pairing, the two second drivers from two of the most dominant teams we've seen in the past 10 years. The only two dominant teams we've seen in the past 10 years. The main second drivers during those dominant years. But Drugovich deserves a shot, man. He's an F2 winner. He's been a reserve driver for God knows how long. He at this point, if he's not going to get in F1 at this point, bro, you might want to go to a different series.
Well, and another driver that hasn't been mentioned as much, but we might talk about a little more. Cadillac is apparently also keeping tabs on what's going on with Yuki.
Yeah.
Because he'd be sought after if he leaves Red Bull.
Yeah. But I'm for. Now listen here. Listen.
You're for?
Bottas, Perez. That's one pairing. Bottas, Zhao, pairing 2. Bottas, Drugovich, 3. Or pair Perez with any of those guys, and I'd be happy. Mick Schumacher, bug it. I would like, if Mick Schumacher can make a F1 comeback, I'd like to see it.
I would love it. It seems less and less likely. His name isn't coming up really anymore.
Yeah. Let's talk about Yuki's future.
Yeah, so Cadillac is keeping tabs on whether he might be available. While Red Bull is kind of, pouring a little cold water on the idea that he'll be back with Red Bull. Because even if the new team principal is, more friendly to Yuki than his predecessor was.
Than the devil.
You've still got Helmut Marko there with his management of driving prospects. And you've got the core fact that Yuki is a Honda-associated driver, right? As a Japanese driver, a lot of his presence at Red Bull was because of that engine partnership with Honda. And now that Red Bull is moving away from Honda and Honda is partnering with Aston Martin, Yuki, they may not have reason to keep Yuki around. He may not have as many supporters among whoever would be left at Red Bull after that Honda split is finalized.
Yeah, my question is, who do you move up to the Red Bull if Yuki leaves?
Well, there are talks actually that they might, and I don't see it. It's less likely to me than when we kind of knew Lawson was going to be gone soon, but there are talks of either promoting Lawson again or promoting Hadjar before the season ends. There's some people expecting that.
I don't like it. I mean, if you're gonna promote someone, promote Lawson. Only because he never actually got a real shot. He got 2 races, man. You can't judge a driver off of 2 freaking races, man.
This is true. However,
you literally can't.
Those 2 races were also about as bad as
abysmal.
They possibly could have been.
Oh, of course.
And then, of course, the handful after that in the RB was really tough too.
But he has picked it the fudge up the past couple of weekends that we've
Oh
had
yeah.
F1 racing. So, like, I would be very open with a more open team principle to move Lawson back up just to see. My thing is, if you move Hajar up, Hajar is talented as can be, right? He is the best driver, rookie driver in F1 this year. And you can say Kimi Antonelli, you can say Gabriel Bortoletti, you can say Ollie Behrman. You're wrong. It's Isaac Hajar, with Bortoletto at a close second. But it, I don't like it if Hajar moves up just because of I feel like he might get Thunder the Wolves a little bit.
Yeah,
I want Hajar on a new team.
I'm not sure I agree with Hajar being the best rookie at this point in the season, but I also I don't think that's worth arguing over right now.
Hajar's the GOAT.
I don't. You know what? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Give him
There we
eight.
go.
Give him 8 championships right now.
8 championships right now. 9
it-
championships because Lewis will get an eighth, hopefully.
Where would you predict Yuki ends up? What team and in what role next year?
Ooh, that's a good one. Aston Martin, reserve driver.
Interesting.
I think Fernando stays. I think, to be honest, if I were Djokovic, I think Djokovic is racing in other series, but like if I was him, I would just fully focus on a certain series without being a reserve driver, seeing if you can build up enough merit to get into F1 that way and then get into F1 that way. Because being a reserve driver for like, it feels like 20 years at this point. It's definitely not. It's probably been like 2 or 3. But like it seems like it's been like 30 years or whatever. I think if Djokovic doesn't get, actually, you know what? Let me put this out. Djokovic leaves Aston Martin to go to a different racing series entirely. Yuki goes to Aston Martin as the reserve driver. Bottas in the Cadillac seat. Perez in the Cadillac seat. Lawson up to Red Bull.
Interesting.
That's my guess.
I feel like Yuki is still one of the 20 drivers that I would think would make the F1 grid.
But where would he go if not Cadillac?
I would, if I was Cadillac, I would prefer Yuki to Perez.
Ooh.
At this point. And recent form versus no recent racing would certainly play a part in that, but
Yeah.
I think that whether it's fair or not, Perez is older. Perez has the stain of the end of his Red Bull tenure on his resume, where Yuki has largely been, I don't want to
Bad
say
at Red Bull.
vindicated, but like he hasn't been good, but also you could tell the coverage around it has been a lot more pro Yuki lately than it was for like when Perez was at Red Bull.
Yeah, I think. Well, here's the thing: Yuki hasn't performed at Red Bull at all. Pretty much, he's gotten like 2 or 3 points finishes in the first half of the season. That's not very good. Granted, and to be clear, I'm gonna be on Yuki's side for a second. Horner does suck, so that does have a direct impact on Yuki and how they're holding shit for Max when the second driver's really struggling because they don't have those upgrades. Yes. My thing is, if Yuki doesn't improve with this new team principle and the more equal the team has become as of late, I would rather have Perez in that seat. If Yuki can improve and show that he can consistently score points, consistently be in the top, 8 or 9 drivers, I'm fine with giving him the seat. But Perez has proved and has dragged much worse cars to higher measures than Yuki. That's also why I'd put Perez in.
I just think that was long enough ago, and the last couple weekends we've learned a lot more about Yuki as a driver compared to the beginning of the season, where you're within 3/10 of Max on the longest lap on the calendar, and within a tenth at Hungary. But obviously that tenth was the difference between a Q1 exit and sneaking into Q3 because of how tight the entire midfield was. But it's it definitely feels like in his recent form, now that he's actually got closer to equal equipment, Yuki's making himself a lot more attractive to a potential next year's team.
And again, I won't be mad if Yuki gets that seat. I love Yuki's personality. I think he's a pretty good driver. Like, he's definitely not world championship material, but he's a good driver. He's a good number 2. I wouldn't be mad. It's just I prefer Perez's track record over the however long he's been in, like 10 plus years he's been in F1 compared to Yuki's. That's all. I just prefer Perez, and because you're trying to develop the car, I feel like Perez would be more insightful with the development of the car. I think him and Bottas would be a lot more instrumental into making the team better than Yuki and Bottas. You know, Bottas will pull his weight, but I don't know how well Yuki is in tune with helping with improvements for the car.
I think he'd be
That's
pretty
my
useful.
only thing.
I mean, he's driven, for longer than you'd think in F1. It's probably not too different from Gasly signing with Alpine, although obviously that has the like French relationship going along with it.
Yeah.
But, and that's low hanging fruit because they're from the same team and all that. But they are both, they were both drivers that showed that they were more talented than that Red Bull sister team car, and both had similar fates with the main team, and I think that Yuki has shown flashes of being what Gasly has been at Alpine for a different team if he gets that opportunity.
Okay. Let's go into NASCAR real quick.
All right.
Now, there's a certain... Oh, shoot. Is he Australian or New Zealand? Oh.
New Zealander.
Fuck. Kiwi. That's not a Kiwi.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is Kiwi. What is Australia, then? Because doesn't...
know.
Fuck. I thought Australia was... Hold up. Continue with the story. I'm looking something up.
Okay, well, Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics, wins again on the road. He has won 4 out of the 5 regular season road course races. He is the quickest driver in NASCAR's modern era to reach 5 wins, reaching that number in 38 starts. He's the 9th quickest in the overall history of NASCAR. He has set the record for the most wins in a season by a Cup Series rookie, and by winning by a margin of 11.1 seconds, he is the only driver with multiple 10-plus second wins in a single season since NASCAR started using electronic timing and scoring. Which, the fact that with all of that, he's still, 26th in regular season points is hilarious, but also holy dominance. He is, 3rd in playoff points? 4th in playoff points?
Something like that, yeah.
With 22 playoff points, which is enough of a cushion that you'd think he at least makes it to the round of 12.
SVG is 25th in playoff points and is 371 points. 25th in regular season points. He's 371st off of William Byron in first.
And tied with Denny for most wins on the season. So he is second place in the standings right now, although, once you get playoff points in, that's a different story.
Here's my thing. If he ever learns how to drive an oval in NASCAR, the entire grid is fucked.
Yeah,
we agree on that?
Just, that's Xfinity
this is
Connor Zilic.
Yeah, if this man is able to adapt to the oval, NASCAR chuck the rest of the season away. All right, crown SVG the champion at the beginning of the season, and just let the season play out just for funsies, because that man is dangerous already.
I want to put this out there. We've seen multiple weekends now where Zilic and SVG battle on the road course.
Mm-hmm.
And without Zilic in the Cup race, SVG dominates by himself.
Yeah.
Is every single road course next year in Cup just going to be Trackhouse?
Yes.
And then you've got Chastain, who's really good. He's a good road racer, but he is a really good driver on the ovals, right? The Trackhouse cars haven't been amazing this year, but you've got a driver that got Trackhouse up into, the Championship 4 with the whole wall riding thing, right? and who's been a very, very strong driver for them. And then you've got the two best road course racers in the entire sport.
It's going to be Trackhouse dominance, dude.
And keep in mind, we're already at a point where Trackhouse, in cars that everyone will tell you are not in that upper echelon of like NASCAR cars right now. Like they're definitely a tier below the Penske's, the JGRs, the Hendricks of the world.
The colleague racings. Wins. Sorry.
Trackhouse has 5 wins. They have more than Penske does on the year. I mean, SVG alone has more than Penske does on the year because he has 4 of them. But like,
damn.
and so you're taking away Daniel Suarez and adding Connor Zilic, who has been sitting in the top 5 for weeks on end.
Yeah, I think Connor Zilic is, and I have to check up on this again, but I think his average finish since coming back from like his like back injury is like, I think his average finish is like under 3.
Yeah, I don't think he's finished outside the top 5.
I don't think he has either. Like, dude, Connor Zilic is on a generational run of the Xfinity Series right now.
He just got injured again. He got that much better the first time.
We're not laughing at Zilic. I'm not laughing at Zilic being injured. I'm laughing about how good this man. I don't think another driver wins a race for the remainder of the season.
I would like to interject.
Yeah.
And say that I will laugh at Zilic being injured in one specific instance, and that's because Jim Zilic, Connor's dad, decided to contribute to the overall conversation by saying that now pooping himself is the second most embarrassing thing that Connor has done.
The tweet will be here. Actually, my hand's not fully there. The tweet will be here. It's a great tweet.
If anyone didn't see, Connor Zilic, while celebrating winning the Xfinity race, spoiler alert, at Watkins Glen, he fell off of his car and broke his collarbone. Fortunately, we're recording on Monday, which is more than late enough. I mean, he was at the track and talking to reporters on Sunday to know that he is okay. He has a broken collarbone, but otherwise is good. But it was a scary scene for what should have been a very lovely moment. Because what you don't want to do is go straight from Victory Lane to the infield care center and then to a hospital. But Zilic should be all right. He should be back in a matter of a couple weeks, I think. Just depends on how long it takes for it to heal.
I mean, he did say on the interviews for the Cup race that if SVG could come back after getting nails in his collarbone like a week later, I can come back. I'm young. My bones should heal faster, or something like that. Or that's not verbatim, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. It shouldn't be too long. You definitely should be good for playoffs because Xfinity is off this week, right?
Yeah. They are off this week.
And then it's Daytona the week after, and then we get playoffs after that. So, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then moving down the series, would you like to take us to the truck series?
Yeah. The 07 truck team is folding. Andres Perez de Lara was released and is now racing for the Nice number 44 car for the rest of the year. If you don't know what happened to the Nice 44 car, Caden Honeycutt was released too. And he's racing for Stuart Friesen's team. Friesen.
But
Friesen.
Yeah.
He's racing for Stuart Friesen's team.
Yes.
But speculation was the 77 team was folding. Basically what happened, except the 07 driver lineup now moved to the 77.
Yeah, so it was talked about for a while, and I think we mentioned it briefly on here a few weeks ago, that there were talks that the 77 team was going to fold mid-season and that Perez de Lara was going to be released from the team. What happened instead, technically, was that the 07, which is one of their all-star cars, folded, and they basically shifted the 07 fully to the number 77, because Spire, that keeps Spire's numbers a little more consistent, right? Because in Cup, they're 7, 71, 77. So they get to keep 7, 77, all that.
I'm trying to think, was it the number 7, the 07 that was the shittier version of the 7? Or what am I thinking of?
I mean,
I
Spire runs
don't
both.
remember.
Spire runs both the 7
Yeah,
and the oh 07.
okay.
The
What with
7,
Larson raced in the '07, right?
I
And
think he
won.
typically races in the 7.
But he raced in the '07 this year and won, I'm pretty sure. Or
He
maybe
might have.
last year or something like
I
that.
don't
Okay.
really keep track of who. I know it's like LaJoy was supposed to run in it or something this week.
We don't
So now
talk
he's
about
running
him.
in the 77, but
We
it's
don't
it's
we
one
don't
of the rotating driver cars.
we don't talk about that man.
True.
Um IndyCar. Something big happened in IndyCar.
And entirely shocking. Never expected
Totally.
it.
Never expected it. Alex Palou was banned from IndyCar.
Sorry, you got real loud there.
Oh, sorry.
It hurt
Alex
my ear.
Palou was banned from IndyCar, and his championship points are now gone. This comes
Interesting.
after Alex Palou sabotaged Paddle Award's car for the race at Portland. I know, I'm just kidding. Pato won the championship. His
Pato.
fourth. Or no, Pelot. Shit. Pelot won his fourth championship in 5 seasons at Chip Ganassi Racing. He is still only 28. This came
Which-
after Pato had major car troubles the entire race.
First of all, claps for Alex Palou. Won a championship very early in the season. I guess there's only 2 races left, but like very early in the season, it feels like.
But compared to like how many races are in IndyCar, this is like when Lewis was at Lewis's prime at Mercedes, winning with like 5 races to go or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that's
So
what
McLaren
this
can
is.
seal the constructors about this quickly. If not, like I think they're on pace to potentially set the record for fastest constructors championship. By number
Yeah,
of
they have
races
the
left.
fastest car and 2 of the fastest drivers in the sport.
Yeah.
If they have no competition this year, if they end up losing the constructors title, I'm going to laugh. Now they're not, so I don't get to laugh.
But they're still like they're gonna potentially outpace 2023 Max and Red Bull.
That's the
in
fastest?
constructors. I don't think so. But like you think about that level of dominance, right?
Yeah, I would say that cannot be the fastest
It's
because
I think it
Perez
like
was
5 left
not.
for that one.
Maybe Perez
Um,
wasn't carrying his
anyway.
weight as much as Max was carrying his. So
Speaking of carrying weight, you mentioned that Palou is still only 28. He's 4 championships in 5 seasons. How many do you think he retires with? Keep in mind his teammate Scott Dixon has 6.
I love you, Scott. I love you a lot. 8.
8.
8.
Ooh.
I think he wins 4 more. With how dominant him and Ganassi have been the past, like this season, sky's the limit, man. He could be even more dominant. Like he won the Indy 500 this year. He's won on a couple of ovals this year. He dominates the road courses. I mean, it has to be 8, or at least it's gonna be more than Dixon. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be 7 or 8.
We do have 2 more seasons of the current car.
Mm-hmm. And if
Right.
Ganassi can nail the next gen,
Well, because it's
wrap it up.
it was a few months ago that they pushed the new IndyCar like spec car to 2028 instead of 27. So
Yeah.
we have a guaranteed 2 more seasons like this, and he just keeps getting better, right? And so
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to, especially with Penske taking a step back this year. It feels like it's hard to see anyone competing, but that's when someone gets you,
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the other
Yeah.
major issue that went on?
Well, speaking of Penske and taking a step back, Roger Penske had himself a tough week up until Will Power finally got the team their first win of the season. But before that,
Mind you, Will Power is also not under contract next season, so
yeah, well, you're still happy as Penske to win a race in the series that you own. But
true.
ICE, like as in the U.S. government branch, um, notoriously used an IndyCar car, actually specifically with the number 5 on it, which of course is the series' only Mexican driver in Pato Award, but used a model of an IndyCar chassis to promote a Speedway Slammer detention center that they're creating. And at the same time as doing that, we're also semi-famously using Penske trucks to collect people for deportation. Now, if you don't know, Penske rental trucks are the same Penske that owns IndyCar. They both trace back up to Roger Penske, and they were asked to stop in both cases. Penske rental trucks put out a very public statement saying that their trucks are never meant to be used by that, and there was not permission for that. And the ICE social media account ended up finally taking down the version with a number on it, but then put back up one that still uses IndyCar chassis, which is less than ideal. But in both cases, Penske clearly wants none of that, and understandably so, and yet is getting hit from both sides being associated with ICE.
It's quite disgusting, isn't it? It really is.
It really is.
Like I can't even like say words. Like it's just like why? How did this get to this? Like why are you doing that? Like
Yeah.
keep yo bitch ass out of motorsports. Politics will always be in sports. Let's get this clear. But negative politics and the misuse of certain things needs to stay out of sports.
Well, and usually when politics are involved, it's sponsoring a car. And when you've got a sport built on sponsorship, like, I may hate it, but you're going to have in some of the lower series, like a random Trump livery, or like, it was like the Tim Pool podcast had like an ARCA, like sponsored like an ARCA car or something. But that's with permission. That's paying money for it. This was without permission. IndyCar did not receive anything for this. They did not agree to this. And yet they're being used to promote like a glorified concentration camp with the way that they're being constructed and operated.
I hate it. Yeah. I need this administration to go away. We need somebody now.
At least like too much in motorsports.
Yeah. Well, especially since the orange guy he went to the Daytona 500. He's gone to the F1 races and being celebrated by Zach Brown.
Oh yeah.
And McLaren.
Well, hey, I mean, their car is colored after him, so. But
that is true. But yeah, it's quite distasteful, it's disgraceful, and it has no room in this goddamn sport. Or in this world.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you really can't pretend that a sport is for everyone and then welcome that into it, right?
Yeah.
In any case, but
let's go to race recaps.
All right, cheer it up a little bit.
Let's start with the truck series at Watkins Glen. Corey Heim was your winner. Jack guessed it right. I got Connor Zilic for the truck series. He finished 8th. He got into a little bit of a wreck and salvaged an 8th place. But could have been fighting for the win if not involved in that one wreck.
Yeah, Zilic got truck seriesed. No triple header sweep for him, but still a really admirable
double
performance.
Sweep.
Yeah, well, that was for other reasons that we've talked about with the collarbone thing, but he certainly has the pace to do it. He beat SVG once in the weekend, but he got taken out in trucks and he took himself out for Cup, which is truly a shame. But hey, Corey Heim time. It's kind of a shame that because Zilic was in this race, we're talking about Zilic being unlucky rather than Heim showing that he is, by NASCAR standards, a very strong road racer, right? Like Lime Rock was dominance from Heim.
Yeah.
And they don't race on the road often, but here they are at Watkins Glen, and Heim wins again. It's just that Zilich is, he's the only guy that can keep up with SVG, right? Like, he's on another plane from a typical NASCAR road racer. And so it's a shame that it draws from the spotlight that Corey Heim has definitely earned, but he's still got the trophy. And is having one heck of a season.
Oh yeah, this is probably one of the most dominant seasons in Truck Series history.
I mean,
other than when Kyle Busch
has been dominant.
But other than Kyle Busch going down to the Trucks and Xfinity Series and absolutely destroying everyone when he was a Cup Series driver. Other than that, the most dominant.
And speaking of dominance, you want to talk about the Xfinity race?
Connor Zilich won at Watkins Glen for the Xfinity Series. So I got that right. SVG DNF. Jack did not get that one right. Zilich won the first. Was it? Well, we'll talk about that. Okay. Zilich won the first and second stage and the race. But while fighting for first, Zilich and SVG made contact. I forget what turn it was, but Zilich gained the lead in through the corner, but ran super wide. And when coming onto the track, he right rear hooked SVG. Now, I don't know who to chuck it up to and whose fault it was. I'm more on the side of SVG, so Zilich was at fault. But also, SVG thought he was clear when he wasn't. Could have given Zilich more room, but it's racing. You can't really fault him for that. And there also is no spotters where that accident was. So, like, they couldn't say anything. Like, oh, you're clear. They can't really see where they were at, so.
I think that one was pretty squarely on Zilich as far as how the incident, like, transpired. I mean, SVG clearly could have acted differently so that it wouldn't have happened, but I feel like the incident itself falls on Zilich's shoulders.
And I agree with that, yeah.
Now, they're still teammates. SVG really in Xfinity, it's just fun for him, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's a good time.
Now let's talk about the terrorist.
Okay, yep. Go for it.
Austin Hill, you don't deserve to be in the Cup Series. You don't deserve to be in the Xfinity Series. You don't deserve to be in the Truck Series. You don't even deserve to be in the ARCA Menard Series. Screw it. You don't even deserve to be in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour Series or the Midget Series. You don't deserve to be in motorsports in general. You're a detriment to people around you. You're going to eventually kill somebody on track, and it's going to fall on your ass and your ass alone. And that's about it. If you don't know what happened, Michael McDowell racing Austin Hill. Austin Hill takes the corner way too quickly, doesn't brake, right rear hook, or left rear hooks this time. Michael McDowell, the week after he was suspended for right rear hooking Eric Almirola intentionally, still hasn't learned. The dude is over the age of 30. He has 10 plus years of NASCAR experience, and he has no self-control or any just smartness on the track. Like, you could put a blind nun on the track, and I think she would race better than Austin Hill at this point. My God, are you making bonehead decision after bonehead decision?
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add there. It's
I think I said it all.
He's clearly talented on some of the ovals. He's especially got something going at Atlanta, but man, is he a tough person to support, and man, does he show it on track a lot.
Yeah. Now, good on you for taking credit for saying it was your fault instead of saying, "Oh no, somebody got into the back of me," like you did 2 weeks ago. Oh no, someone got into the back of me, like you said 2 weeks ago. But you should have never made that bonehead decision to right rear hook him. You should have fell back in line. You didn't have a run on him. You weren't side by side. You were barely at his quarter panel. Why do that? Why even go for that? Go set up the run the next lap. You're a good driver when you're not making boneheaded decisions. You're actually a decent driver. But you make these bonehead decisions damn near every week. Like, why are you driving in the Xfinity Series? Maybe there's a reason he's never gotten a full-time Cup ride.
maybe. Um, yeah, good fit at RCR though. I'll say that.
Dude, in my thing, I'm like, can't wait to see how Childress spins this situation. God. Can they
Um,
both get banned? Can they both?
man. All
Let's talk about
right.
the Cup Series, Jack. Let's talk about the
Yeah,
Cup.
Cup race. Shane Van Gisbergen is good at racing. Um, I mean, I had SVG, but that's only because Alex was predicting the triple header.
Yep.
Zilic, as we mentioned, didn't manage to start this race because he was nursing a broken collarbone, but he was at the track doing interviews during the race, so that was very encouraging to see. Um, and SVG did what he does on road courses. Maybe the most shocking part of this whole weekend, as far as the Cup Series goes, is that SVG was not on pole. Blaney was by a pretty
Yeah.
significant margin. And Blaney actually led a good chunk of laps at the start of the race. It's just at some point SVG got ahead and he gone.
Yeah. Well, Blaney was also ahead, like, through the first stage. Blaney was ahead the entirety of the first stage. And then after pit stops, Blaney was still ahead. And SVG decided to turn on the turbo, put in the nitrous oxide. Is that what that
It
is?
was like
Yeah.
yeah, put on the nitrous.
Okay.
It
Put
was
on the
at
nitrous.
like the start of stage 2, right? Or was it the green
Yeah,
flag?
it was the start
Pit
of
stops?
stage
Yeah, it
two
was the start. Okay.
that he overtook Blaney, but not a bad showing from Blaney. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I mean he
Um,
already like that's as many laps as he's like ever led at a road course. It feels like.
can also shout out Bubba Wallace for getting not only a top 10 but a top 8 at a road course.
Yeah, I mean the
That's
progress he's
incredible.
made road courses is really shown. Um,
Love to see it.
really impressive.
Um, I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's just an eighth place. It's just a top 10." Dog, Bubba's never been good at road courses. This is like amazing to watch. Like
Yeah,
this entire season, you've seen the progress from Coda to now. You've seen the progress he's made.
and
So
a few years ago, you used to write off like as a Bubba fan, you'd write off the road courses as oh great, we're gonna finish 32nd this week.
yeah.
Like maybe people get wrecked and you kind of catch up there, but it's never exactly a front runner or a top 10 threat at these kinds of tracks.
And you got a top 10. So congrats to
Yeah.
Bubba. We love to see it. IndyCar in Portland. May I say it? Willpower domination is back, baby. Um, I chose Dixon. He finished 11th. Can we just take a
Rip Scott Dixon.
rip Scott Dixon? And Alex Palou, who Jack had finished third. It was enough to clinch the championship. Let's be honest. On lap 106, Palou won the championship. Pato was 5 laps down. There's 110 laps in the race. He won the championship at lap 106, which is nuts. But Will Power led 78 out of the 110 laps. Pato was effed over by McLaren machinery, and I do have to say, I truly believe, and this is a joke, I truly believe that Palou sabotaged Pato Award's McLaren. I think he snuck into the garage at night and messed with some of the wiring that malfunctioned during the race.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
he was
ain't no
worried.
way that happens when you're fighting for the championship
That
and
championship
you're
was
like,
just too close. It's too close.
yeah, too close. It was too close. You know, he wouldn't. Palou was scared. He was scared of Pato Award, so he went
Oh
into
yeah.
the McLaren garage and messed with the wires, and that's what happened, man. But the fight between Palou and Lundgaard for second was actually really fun to watch.
Yeah.
That was really fun. Lundgaard getting out the gloves. It was just, it was great.
We've shouted him out a few times, but Lundgaard has been sneaky
On
excellent
fire.
this season. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the IndyCar race of Portland.
All right. Well, next week we got a pretty light racing weekend. We're done by Saturday night. Um,
Yeah.
it's just trucks and Cup, both at Richmond Raceway.
Yeah. Let's start with the trucks at Richmond. It's Friday, August 15th at 7:30 p.m. Jack, who do you have to win the Truck Series race?
I have Lane Riggs. It feels like if I want to pick someone on a shorter track, he's my guy right now. I didn't pick him at IRP. I regretted it, and so I want to make up for that here.
I'm going to go with the two-time winner in the Truck Series at Richmond. He also has an average finish of like second at Richmond.
Yeah, well, that's why I picked Majeski at IRP.
And that's why I'm going to be picking Ty Majeski!
So I hope this goes exactly like IRP, except I picked this time.
I hope this goes the opposite of IRP.
Yeah. Yeah, watch out. Suddenly my picks are
Suddenly your picks are falling and mine aren't. Shit. Well, you know what pick is going to land, and that's my pick for the Cup Series race at Richmond, Saturday, August 16th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is Denny M.F. Hamlin to get his 5th win of the season, finish first in playoff points. I got Denny M.F. Hamlin.
Yeah, I was torn. I mean, I knew coming in that you had picked Hamlin, so I was torn between actually Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick. And I tend to associate Richmond as a Toyota track because the top 10 is usually full of Toyotas, but we have seen Chevys win. But nevertheless, I think it feels wrong in my brain for Tyler Reddick not to win here. So Tyler Reddick, it will be.
What a fall from grace from Tyler Reddick, by the way. Last year, I'm pretty sure he was your regular season champion, and this year, he doesn't even have a win.
Yeah, and that just feels so wrong to me. Like, he's
I know.
still 7th in points, but he can't just not win a race.
Yeah. Like, Bubba's one. Like, no offense. I love Bubba. He's my favorite NASCAR driver. But Bubba has a win and Reddick doesn't. That's unusual as hell.
Reddick has a stage win. He has a single playoff point.
Yeah. That's unusual as hell.
Yeah.
So, like, normally Reddick's the one getting the win and Bubba's, making it barely on points or just falling out because of points. Like, Reddick doesn't have a win this year.
But Reddick's had pace, too. Like, he's been equal or ahead of Bubba in a lot of races. Pace-wise and position-wise. So, and clearly he's 7th in points, where Bubba is definitely lower than that. Mm-hmm. So, I feel like he's got to get one. And I'd rather pick him here than at Daytona.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Priest at Daytona. I'm telling you right now. Priest is going to tame the demons at Daytona. He's not going to flip. You know what's going to happen? He's going to flip the car a total 360 at Daytona, land on the tires, and win. That's how he's going to win.
Lightning McQueen style?
Lightning McQueen style.
Let's go.
All right, anyway. Let's go to our main story. We're gonna do a 5-minute main story.
All right.
Should Austin Hill be banned from NASCAR?
No.
I want to hear you. Yes. This man is a detriment to society. He's a detriment to the NASCAR drivers. No, but in seriousness, like, probably not. Like, yeah, he's a complete bonehead, and probably, he makes a lot of boneheaded decisions. Is it going to kill somebody one day? Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to bet on it, but, like, with the crashes that he causes, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's life is gone from it. But, he does make a lot of boneheaded decisions. If he ever gets banned, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I definitely think that his punishment should have been more strict for wrecking Almirola before, but I don't think that him making stupid decisions on track this week, like, I think that what he did on track this week sucked. I don't think that what he did on track this week is really that significant in the grand scheme of things. Like, intentionally wrecking someone a couple weeks ago should have been punished more harshly, but I don't think we have any new information that means that he should be, like, banned for life from this week. if that makes
I
any
think
sense.
I think him racing for Richard Childress is enough to be banned for life.
Now that's a really good point. But
Let's be very clear. I don't hate Rich. Well, I don't hate Richard Childress racing. I have a one-sided beef with Richard Childress. That's about it.
one-sided. You mean he doesn't know who you are?
He does not know who I am.
Wow.
So it's literally a one-sided beef with Richard Childress. I love RCR. They had a great. They have the number 3 car. So you obviously had Dale Senior
Yes, they have the number
and the
3 car,
glory and
and they
yeah, the
have Richard
glory
Childress's
days.
grandson racing in it right now.
Yeah, didn't he almost die one time racing the 3? Didn't he get into the catch wall? I feel like I saw that footage on somewhere, and it was it might have been at Daytona. It was in a super speedway or something, and he flew onto the catch fence, tore it, and landed on the top of the car. And the car just went flying.
Just had a little adventure.
Just had a little adventure, he
Yeah,
Mark Webbered it.
but yeah,
If you know, you know.
I don't think what he's done merits a lifetime ban, but I do think that he shouldn't have been racing this week, personally.
I personally think that if he pulls more shit like this, he should get banned purely based off of he had too many boneheaded decisions. But yeah, if you make too many stupid decisions that get too many people injured, you deserve to be banned. You're not it's like a Mahavir Raghunathan in F2 type of situation. You make a couple you make a dumb decisions. He, it's warranted at some point, just not now.
Well, I guess there's I guess in a related question, should NASCAR have a penalty point system like F1 does?
Yes.
Interesting. Because that just popped in my head when you talked about, Mahavir is obviously a very special case, but
The GOAT.
at some point, if you stack up enough incidents, whether you get penalized in the race for them or not, but you could still track dangerous drivers. And
That's what I
stack it
mean.
up that way.
I don't care if it's intentional. If you're dangerous, if you're being dangerous on track, get a penalty point. If it's a racing incident, I don't really give a fuck. That's a racing incident. It happens. But if you're dangerously driving and you cause an incident, you deserve to get penalty points.
Yeah, yeah, I don't disagree. I think that if anything, that might help clean things up a bit, especially obviously, if you get suspended for one incident, that costs you all your playoff points. Even if you just get added up to a suspension, to still have that penalty looming over your head, even if it's not a full season ban,
Yeah.
you could really, hopefully, through that, get some of the guys in the lower series to shape it up.
Because in my opinion, Max has never had a suspension in any Formula series, but he should have had multiple suspensions in Formula. Especially in F1 because of his dangerous driving, but he hasn't because
and I think he would have gotten the equivalent points if it wasn't for that system. I mean, everyone was acutely aware that he was close to a race ban, right?
Yeah.
Recently. I mean, George tried to rage bait him, right?
This is true. This is true. But Max. Here's the issue. It's the way I look at it is Max drives very dangerously at times. He does put other drivers' lives at risk. Granted, he's not the best wheel-to-wheel driver. We know this. No matter how, he is good at wheel-to-wheel driving, but he makes a lot of mistakes, and he makes a lot of boneheaded decisions when wheel-to-wheel driving. But he is so good that you can't exactly just say, oh, you're going to be banned. It has to be for a reason, a.k.a. the penalty points brought up. Austin Hill isn't Max Verstappen in the Xfinity Series or in NASCAR in general. He's he doesn't have the championship. He doesn't have the wins. Even if he did, I don't even know if it's justified if he's making too many boneheaded decisions. But
it's a dev series. You can't have a guy on the wrong side of 30 wrecking people week in, week out.
Yeah.
When you're meant to have prospects coming up.
Yeah.
Especially when you've eliminated, we're past the bushwhacking era of drivers coming down from the higher series. So why are you having career Xfinity guys, which, Hill isn't really a career Xfinity guy, although he may be moving forward.
8 years.
In Xfinity?
Yep.
I swear he was in trucks for a bit.
He was.
Teen
He
trucks.
was in trucks. He's been in NASCAR for a total of 10 years.
Okay.
Eight of which he's in Xfinity.
Huh. That
Yeah.
feels
Well, okay. I don't know if he was full time 8 years,
okay.
but he's been racing in Xfinity for 8 years.
Okay, that makes more sense to me. So
Yeah.
full time, he's on. I
Full
think he's
time,
only a
I don't
couple years
know.
in the RCR car.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. Game time.
Game time. Let's get it.
I cooked something up for you this week. So I'm trying a. This is actually the point system itself is inspired by, strangely enough, Pokemon trading card game content that I've seen.
Oh.
A game called Guess That Flavor Text, where they give you something about a specific Pokemon card, and the end goal is you're trying to guess what Pokemon is on the card. But like first they read like the little blurb of like, this Pokemon is very friendly, but watch out, it'll crush you if it hugs you or something like that. Like that's fully made up, but like something like that, and then you can get
The
a
Haunter
series of hints.
Pokedex where it's like
Yeah.
run. Okay.
It's essentially the Pokédex entry, but it's what's written on the Pokemon card.
Okay.
And then so you get that like core starting fact, and then you get a series of hints that can help you narrow it down. But the fewer hints you need, the better. So
Okay.
basically, what I have is I will give you at the start. I'll give you like we'll do one driver as an example. So I'll tell you off rip that this one is Lewis Hamilton. So first I'd give you that he is a current F1 driver, right? And the first piece of useful information is that he drives a car with a Ferrari power unit. So for F1, it would be the engine manufacturer, right? So Ferrari would narrow it down to Haas or Ferrari. In NASCAR, it would be Chevy, Toyota, Ford. IndyCar, it would be Chevy or Honda, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next hint after that would be that his number is greater than 30. So it's like his driver number.
Yep.
Which 30 in a lot of the series seems like a pretty good cutoff to catch about half of the drivers. Because obviously Lewis is 44, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the site of his last win was Spa. That's like the next hint. And then the last hint that you'd get is that he's from Great Britain. Which, in the case of F1 drivers, I give you the country. In the case of NASCAR drivers, I give you the state unless it's a different country, right? So like Daniel Suarez, I would put Mexico because I don't expect you to know the geography of Mexico very well.
Okay.
So, however, and you're welcome to guess at any point, but once you lock in a guess, you lock it in. You get more points for the fewer hints you end up needing.
Okay. If I guess it, so if I lock in a guess and I get it wrong, can I keep guessing or?
I think for this week, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Because it's a little awkward to try to run this with drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Because in that version, in the original version, no, but it makes more sense to be able to keep guessing here. So you can do like one guess at each tier if you want, and you can get however many points.
Okay.
So are you ready? So I have two F1 drivers for you first, and then I have a NASCAR driver once we kind of get a hang of the format here. All right?
Okay.
So I have a current F1 driver with a Mercedes power unit.
Okay, so Mercedes power unit is Aston, it's Mercedes, it's McLaren. I think that's it. Because Red Bull is Honda. Ferrari is... Oh no, Williams. Is there a fifth?
Right. I think that's your
I don't
four.
think so. I think that's it. I think that's the four. I'm going to go with Alex Albon.
Yes. So you get 4 points for that.
Yes!
Because, so do you understand, well, like, 4 points for that. If you got it, the next hint would have been that his number is less than 30. If you got it after that, you would have gotten 3 points. His last win is that he has not won, so not applicable. And then the country, if you got that far, is Thailand, which would have been kind of a dead giveaway.
Okay.
So for your next F1 driver, it is also a current driver with a Mercedes power unit.
Lance Stroll.
No. All right. The next hint is that his number is less than 30. Although that also does apply for Lance Stroll.
uh, Lando Norris.
Lando? No.
Ooh.
His last win was at Barcelona.
Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, let's narrow it down. So it's not Stroll. It's not Lando, because I already guessed them.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be Sainz. Or, well, it could. No. I'm trying to remember Sainz's number. I think it's. Sainz's is 55, so it can't be Sainz. Alonso's is like 33 or something. So it can't be Fernando. George. It could be George. It can't be Kimi because he hasn't won. Oh. See, if it is Fernando, the man hasn't won since like 2012. And I don't know that. Because I know he didn't win in Abu Dhabi 2012. For me, it's between George and George.
So the last hint is that he's from Spain, which should
It
should help
is
you out.
Fernando.
Yes, his number is 14,
Shoot.
by the way.
Is it? Okay.
And his last win was at the 2013 Spanish Grand Prix.
God damn. Yeah, I was only like, dude, I can't remember that far back. If it's not, I'm like, it's gonna be like 2012 or something, and I'm just not gonna know. Okay.
I wouldn't have been able to recall that either, but I just thought that would be fun.
Well, George won this year. What did George win?
George was Canada, right?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
All right, NASCAR. Now the NASCAR one might be doing this for NASCAR might be unfair because they're like 40 drivers, but this is a current NASCAR Cup Series driver who drives for Chevrolet.
Oh, I don't know the teams like that.
Well, he drives a Chevy.
That doesn't help. I
Okay.
don't know the team manufacturers.
All right.
I'm just gonna go straight up Carson Hocevar.
No. His
Okay.
number is less than 30, which would rule out Hocevar.
You know what's funny? I don't know numbers either. This is rough.
This is yeah.
This
might
is gonna
rough.
be rough.
Right.
Denny Hand. No, not Denny. I don't lock that in. I don't lock
It's not
that
locked
in.
It's not
He's a
locked in.
Toyota. He's a Toyota. Oh shit. And it's current.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk this through. The numbers that I know. SVG. He's 88. Cannot be SVG. Kyle Larson's 5, but no. I don't think Hendricks is Chevy. I think Hendricks is
Hendrick
Ford.
is Chevy. Hendrick is like
Hendrick
the premier
is Chevy.
Chevy team. RCR is
Is
also
it-
Chevy. You are correct with Hocevar, and that Spire is Chevy. Trackhouse is Chevy.
Ross Chastain.
No. All right.
Fudge.
The next hint is that his last win was at Daytona.
See, the only driver that's coming to mind is you said under 30.
Yes, his number is less than 30.
William Byron.
No.
Whoa!
The state of Indiana. You have one guess.
The last one was Daytona?
Yeah.
So this had to be Daytona last year. Who won at Daytona last year? It can't be Larson, because he's won
Okay.
this year.
At not
could
Daytona.
be, yeah, not Daytona. It could, no, Bowman's 48. Can't be Bowman.
It's 48.
So, Chase Elliott's 9, but he's also won this year, not at Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
So that rules out Hendricks. Spire. Okay, let's think about. You said RCR. They have Kyle Busch.
Mm-hmm.
He's never won at Daytona. Well, he might have, but he hasn't won the Daytona 500. I think that also counts at Daytona too. He is number 8. No, he's not number 18. 18 was JGR.
He's
I
8
lied.
now.
He's 8 now. So he's under 30. It could be Ty. No, is Ty Dillon? What's Ty Dillon? 21?
Ty Dillon. Oh shoot.
I think Ty
Colleague is
Dillon's
also a Chevy team. But I actually don't know Ty Dillon's number off the top of my head, which is probably a hint that it's probably not Ty Dillon, but he's in the 10.
Probably
this
not
year.
Ty Dillon. Okay, so Kyle Busch hasn't won this year, and I don't remember if he won last year. He definitely didn't win the 500 because that's still something he hasn't won. So he'd have to win the spring one, or not the spring one, the fall one, for it to be a thing. Drivers not ringing in the head. Let's just go with Kyle Busch.
Incorrect. But I figured you weren't going to get this one.
Who is it? That's a good
Justin Haley, who's currently full-time in the number 7 car for Spire. You want to know when he won?
When?
You wouldn't. I don't think there's any chance you would know this. He won.
Did he win the 500?
No, he won the Daytona Summer Race in 2019, racing part-time because of rain.
Oh, what the? That's crazy. That's gross.
After the big one, other drivers pitted, but he did not. So he was still out front. And then the race ended because of rain and lightning. And this is while he was part-time in the number 77 for Spire back in 2019 when Spire was new. And while he was still a full-time Xfinity driver for Colleague.
That's gross. I mean, good shit. But that is gross. That's a gross win. Yeah, a win is a win, though. A win is a win.
It is the most fraudulent rain win in recent times. But it is wonderful to know that Justin Haley is a Cup Series race winner.
That's not a fucking fraudulent win, bro. That's all fucking pace. That's all racecraft. That's all that dude. That's pure just what the hell.
The best part of it is that he won in the Cup Series before he won an Xfinity. His first Xfinity win was Talladega in 2020.
Oh my god. Wait, Xfinity? First win. What the fudge?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. That is awesome, dude.
All right. Well, you ended up with 5 points this week. You got the Albon poll, which was actually incredible. Alonso, you didn't know his number, so
I didn't
that's
know the
okay.
Number. Yeah.
And Haley, you were never gonna get, but I wanted to do it because that.
No, the Alonso one I should have gotten. I think I was thinking around of how many wins he has because he has 32 wins or something.
Yeah, and I could tell you he wouldn't be number 33 because there's another guy who occupied that number until he decided to win a bunch of championships.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, let's be very clear. I didn't know Max was a 33. I did know this, but it doesn't come to mind because I started watching in the middle of Max's dominance, so I've only known him as the number 1 driver.
Yeah. Meanwhile, to me, 33 is still his brand because you know that 1 is always going to be temporary.
Yeah. I just see the 30. Okay, yeah, he is the 33. I forgot if I think I was thinking, how many wins does Fernando have? Is it 32? I think it's 32. It's 32. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. I was thinking of how many wins he had.
But yeah, so what do you think about that game format?
I like it. I've seen it. No, you know what's funny? I've seen it. I don't remember where. I think it was TikTok. Somewhere on TikTok, I kept seeing stuff like that. And I think it was Pokemon. I think it did pop up on my For You page at one point. And it was very fun to play. I like that. I like it.
And I tried to get the categories in a way where it worked and it did narrow it down. They might need some fine-tuning, but 30 was a good cutoff for both of these series.
I think the NASCAR might need a little more specific of a hint.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many drivers. F1 did... That's fine. There's only 20 of them. But, if you go, current, all the fucking part-timers that I have no clue who they are could be current. So, you know.
Well, I can at least say part-time or full-time. I mean, in this case,
Okay.
everyone Haley is a full-time driver this year.
Yeah, Haley is a full-time driver. Yeah.
He's just arguably the most forgettable on the grid.
Wow.
No disrespect. Hey, I root for the guy. I like the guy.
Hey. You know who's
But-
the most forgettable on the grid?
Who?
Let me pull up the driver's stat. I could probably beat you in that. Hold up. AJ Allmendinger.
Really? You have never heard
Yeah.
that man in an interview.
Really?
He also
Or,
used to be SVG. He was one of the premier road course ringers.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I lied. Todd Gilliland.
Okay, I'll believe it. I still think that Haley has been less relevant this year, though.
They're back. They're 30th and 31st in points.
Yeah,
Haley does have more points.
it's just
He
it's
actually
just that Haley,
he has less. Haley
I
has
think
less
Haley's
top
got
tens.
less TV time because I think that Gilliland has been in more incidents or something.
Yeah, Gilliland also has 2 more top tens than Haley does.
Huh, yeah.
He's also
Wild.
led more laps.
Anyway, anyone who makes
Oh wait,
the
no, he
NASCAR
didn't.
Cup
No, I
Series
lied.
is
Haley
relevant.
Haley has led 7 more laps than Gilliland. You know what? No. I take that back. Riley Herbst.
Yeah, especially because he's teammates with Bubba and Reddick, and then he's sitting in
Yeah.
the back all year.
Yeah, like I don't hear anything about Riley Herbst anymore
Yeah.
during the races. It's kind of weird.
Anyway, that's what I got for you for games this week.
I did all right. I'll try to be more.
Killed it on the first one, got the second
Killed
one.
the first
Third
one,
one was
the
never
second
going to happen.
There was not gonna happen. If it's not like, if you talk about Chevy teams, if it's not like Kyle Busch or any of the Hendrick drivers, I'm fucked.
Hey, you guessed Hocevar off rip, which is Haley's teammate.
That is true. I did guess Hocevar, but that was only because we talk about Hocevar a lot.
We do.
We do talk about Hocevar a lot. So
Maybe I'll do
Yeah.
their other teammate next week. Or in 2 weeks.
who the?
You talked about him
Who's
earlier.
Oh no! What's his name? Oh shit! It's not McDowell, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's McDowell. Oh shit! I apologize, McDowell. I was not familiar with your game. Oh my god, he actually is a Spire Motorsports driver. That's crazy. I'm on NASCAR.com right now. All right, well, yeah, this is.
Until
We're gonna
next
end
week.
it on that. We're gonna end it on that. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Like, subscribe, comment. Do you think Austin Hill should be banned? Comment below. The overwhelming majority should be yes. Thank you. Have an awesome day. Jack, do you have any final thoughts?
Bye.